Get ready to be swept away. Because today, we're diving deep into one of the most breathtaking natural wonders on Earth.
Iguazu Falls.
Iguazu Falls.
And we're not just talking about a quick visit.
Right.
We're going all in, crafting the perfect 2-week adventure to really soak in the magic of this place.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's right. We're talking about experiencing both the Argentine and Brazilian sides, uncovering hidden gems, and even venturing beyond the falls themselves to explore the vibrant culture and fascinating history of the region.
Absolutely.
So if you're ready to add Iguazu Falls to your bucket list,
Yes.
let's get started.
First things first.
Okay.
We need to get oriented.
Okay.
Picture this. The point where 3 countries, Argentina, Brazil, and Paraguay, converge.
Whoa.
That's where you'll find the city of Foz do Iguaçu,
Okay.
our gateway to the falls.
3 countries.
3 countries.
One incredible destination.
That's right.
I love that. But tell me, the name Iguazu, it just rolls off the tongue. What's the story behind it?
Well, it comes from the indigenous Guarani language.
Okay.
And it literally translates to big water. And trust me, that's not an understatement.
Okay.
We're talking about 275 individual cascades.
Wow.
Some as high as 269 feet, roaring with a power that's simply awe-inspiring.
Wow. 275 cascades. Okay, I'm officially intrigued.
You should be.
But you mentioned 2 sides to the falls.
Yes.
The Brazilian side and the Argentine side.
That's right.
What makes each side unique?
Imagine this. The Brazilian side offers those postcard-perfect panoramic views of the entire falls system.
Ooh.
It's all about taking in the sheer vastness,
Okay.
the thunderous roar,
Wow.
and the misty rainbows dancing in the sunlight.
So the Brazilian side is for soaking in the grandeur of it all.
Yes, absolutely.
What about those who want to get a bit closer to the action?
That's where the Argentine side comes in.
Okay.
It's all about getting up close and personal with the falls,
Right.
feeling the spray on your skin,
I love it.
and experiencing the raw power of nature firsthand.
All right, so 2 sides.
2 sides.
2 completely different perspectives.
Completely different.
Let's break it down further.
Okay.
What are some must-do experiences on the Brazilian side?
Well, for those iconic panoramic shots,
Right.
head to the aptly named Trilha das Cataratas,
Okay.
which translates to Waterfall Trail. It's an easy,
Okay.
accessible walkway
Okay.
that offers jaw-dropping vistas from multiple viewpoints.
And I hear there's a specific spot
There is.
that's legendary for sunset views.
You're thinking of the Mirante Garganta do Diabo
Okay.
or the Devil's Throat viewpoint.
Ooh, Devil's Throat.
It's a bit of a walk,
Okay.
but worth every step, especially as the sun dips below the horizon,
Yeah.
painting the sky in fiery hues.
Okay, I'm adding that to my must-do list.
Good choice.
But let's say our listener wants a more immersive experience.
Okay.
What else would you recommend?
If you're feeling adventurous, a helicopter ride over the falls is an absolute must. Imagine soaring above those cascading waters,
Oh, wow.
feeling the mist on your face, seeing the rainforest canopy stretch out beneath you. It's a truly unforgettable experience.
Okay, a helicopter ride with a view like that. Sign me up. What about exploring on foot? Are there any trails you'd recommend?
Absolutely. For a more off-the-beaten-path adventure,
Okay.
check out the Trilha do Poço Preto, or the Black Well Trail. It's a 9-kilometer hike through the rainforest,
Wow.
ending at a beautiful natural pool where you can take a refreshing dip.
Wow. A rainforest hike and a swim in a natural pool.
That's right.
That sounds like the perfect way to escape the crowds and connect with nature.
It is.
But before we move on to the Argentine side,
Okay.
I have to ask, any
Yo.
suggestions for foodies on the Brazilian side?
You can't go wrong with the traditional Brazilian barbecue or churrasco.
Okay.
There are tons of amazing restaurants in Foz do Iguaçu
I don't
where
know.
you can feast on an endless parade of grilled meats,
Ooh.
from succulent picanha to juicy sausages.
My mouth is watering already.
Mhm.
But what about something a little lighter?
For a taste of local flavor,
Okay.
try moqueca,
Okay.
a seafood stew cooked in coconut milk and dende oil.
Interesting.
It's a vibrant dish that perfectly captures the flavors of Brazil.
Okay, I'm definitely adding moqueca to my culinary to-do list.
You won't regret it.
But let's shift gears and
What?
talk about the Argentine side of Iguazu Falls.
All right.
What awaits our listeners on that side of the border?
The Argentine side is all about intimacy and adventure.
Mm.
Imagine walking along a network of walkways that weave through the falls,
Wow.
bringing you face to face with the cascading water.
You had me at walkways through the falls. That sounds incredible.
It is truly spectacular.
So there are walkways that are
Yes.
actually like going through the falls.
That's right.
Wow.
One of the most popular walkways is the Paseo Superior,
Okay.
or the Upper Walkway.
Gotcha.
It offers breathtaking panoramic views from above the falls. Okay.
But the real highlight is the Paseo Inferior, or the lower walkway, which takes you right to the base of the falls,
Oh, wow.
where you can feel the full force of their power.
Wow, to be right at the base of those falls, it must be an incredible sensory overload.
It's an experience you won't soon forget.
Wow.
And you can't miss the Garganta del Diablo, or Devil's Throat,
Oh,
the most iconic cascade at Iguazu Falls.
gotcha.
It's a U-shaped chasm where 13 cascades converge, creating a thunderous roar and a spectacle unlike anything you've ever seen.
Okay, Devil's Throat is officially at the top of my Argentine side itinerary.
Good choice.
But let's say our listeners up for a bit more adventure. What would you recommend?
If you're looking for an adrenaline rush,
Okay.
try the Granaventura boat ride.
Oh, a boat ride.
It's a thrilling ride that takes you speeding up the Iguazu River,
Wow.
right up to the base of the falls.
Hold on tight. That sounds incredible. But what about those who prefer to explore on foot?
Well, there are several hiking trails on the Argentine side
Oh, good.
that offer stunning views and a chance to experience the rainforest up close.
Amazing.
One of my favorites is the Sendero Macuco,
Okay.
which leads to the stunning Salto Arraial waterfall.
Wow.
It's a bit of a hike,
Okay.
but the reward is well worth it.
So whether you're seeking panoramic views, up-close encounters with the falls, or an adrenaline-pumping boat ride, the Argentine side has something for everyone.
It really does.
But before we delve into the practicalities of planning a 2-week trip,
Okay.
let's talk about the culinary scene on this side of the border.
Right.
What are some must-try dishes?
Well, Argentina is famous for its beef,
Okay.
so you can't go wrong with a traditional asado,
Okay.
a barbecue feast featuring juicy steaks, grilled sausages, and all the fixings.
Sounds delicious. What about something unique to the Iguazu region?
For a local specialty,
Okay.
try mandioca,
Mandioca.
also known as cassava.
Okay.
It's a starchy root vegetable that's often served boiled, fried, or mashed. Okay, I'm adding mandioca to my culinary adventure list.
Excellent choice.
So we've covered the highlights of both the Brazilian and Argentine sides, but let's talk about the bigger picture.
Okay.
We're helping our listener plan a 2-week trip,
Yes.
which means there's plenty of time to explore beyond the falls themselves.
That's right.
What else does this region have to offer?
Well, one of the most incredible things about this region is that you're not just surrounded by stunning natural beauty,
Yeah.
you're also immersed in a vibrant mix of cultures.
Right.
Remember, we're at the intersection of 3 countries,
Yeah.
and that blend is reflected in everything, from the cuisine to the architecture to the people themselves.
That's fascinating. It's like getting 3 travel experiences in one.
Exactly.
But let's zoom in a bit.
Okay.
What are some specific places you'd recommend our listener explore beyond the falls?
One place you absolutely cannot miss
Okay.
is the Iguazu National Park.
Okay.
It's not just about the falls themselves. It's about the entire ecosystem that surrounds them.
Yeah.
We're talking about lush rainforests,
Okay.
teeming with biodiversity, from colorful birds to playful monkeys to elusive jaguars.
Oh, wow. Jaguars. Okay, I'm definitely adding Iguazu National Park to my itinerary.
It's a must-see.
But let's say our listener wants a break from the rainforest.
Okay?
Are there any other options for exploring the natural wonders of the region?
Absolutely. If you're a bird enthusiast,
Okay.
the Parque das Aves, or Bird Park, is an absolute must-see.
A bird park. Okay.
It's home to over 1,300 birds representing 140 different species,
Wow.
many of which are native to the Atlantic rainforest.
Oh, cool.
You can wander through spacious aviaries, admire vibrant macaws and toucans up close,
Oh, I love it.
and even learn about conservation efforts to protect these incredible creatures.
1,300 birds. That's incredible. I can already picture myself surrounded by a symphony of birdsong and a kaleidoscope of feathers.
It's truly a sight to behold.
But let's shift gears for a moment and talk about something a little different.
Okay.
It might seem like an unusual attraction,
Yeah,
but I hear it's a must-visit for anyone interested in engineering marvels.
you're absolutely right. The Itaipu Dam is one of the largest hydroelectric dams in the world,
Oh,
and it's a testament to human ingenuity and the power of collaboration between Brazil and Paraguay.
that's amazing.
You can take a guided tour of the dam, learn about its history and construction,
Right.
and even witness the sheer force of the water as it flows through the spillway.
Oh, wow.
It's a truly humbling experience to see how humans have harnessed the power of nature on such a massive scale.
So, from the raw power of Iguazu Falls to the controlled power of the Itaipu Dam, it sounds like this region offers a truly unique blend of natural wonders and human achievements.
It's a fascinating juxtaposition.
But let's not forget about the city itself.
Right.
What can our listener expect from Foz do Iguaçu?
Foz do Iguaçu is more than just a base camp for exploring the falls.
Okay.
It's a vibrant city with a unique cultural blend thanks to its proximity to Brazil, Argentina, and Paraguay. You'll find bustling markets overflowing with local crafts and souvenirs,
Okay.
charming cafes serving up delicious Brazilian coffee and pastries,
Lovely.
and a diverse culinary scene that reflects the influences of all three countries.
Speaking of culinary delights,
Yes.
I have to ask about the food scene in Foz do Iguaçu. Any must-try dishes for our foodie listeners?
Well, if you're looking for a taste of local flavor,
Okay.
you can't go wrong with piranha soup. It might sound intimidating,
Parada soup.
piranha soup,
Whoa.
but it's a local delicacy,
Okay.
and it's surprisingly delicious. The piranhas are cooked in a flavorful broth with tomatoes, onions, and herbs,
Interesting.
and it's a must-try for adventurous eaters.
Piranha soup. I love it. It's definitely not your average tourist fare.
It's an experience.
But what about something a little more familiar?
Well, given the city's multicultural blend, you'll find a wide variety of cuisines to choose from.
Oh, good.
There are excellent Argentine restaurants serving up succulent steaks and empanadas,
Oh, I love empanadas.
as well as Brazilian restaurants specializing in churrasco and feijoada, a hearty black bean stew.
Okay,
And don't forget to try chimarrón,
Okay.
a traditional South American drink made from yerba mate leaves.
interesting. Okay.
It's a social drink, often shared among friends and family, and it's a great way to experience local culture.
Wow, the food scene sounds incredible. From piranha soup to chimichurri steak to Brazilian feijoada, there's something for every palate.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've covered the falls, the national park, the bird park, the dam, and the city itself.
We've covered a lot of ground.
But we're talking about a 2-week trip,
Right.
which is a lot of time to really soak in the beauty and culture of the region.
That's right.
What are some lesser-known gems or off-the-beaten-path experiences you'd recommend?
Well, one of my favorite hidden gems is the Marco das Três Fronteiras,
Okay.
which translates to the Three Borders landmark. It's a monument that marks the point where Brazil, Argentina, and Paraguay meet.
Oh.
You can stand there and take in the stunning views of the Iguazu and Paraná rivers.
Wow.
And it's a great place to reflect on the interconnectedness of these three countries.
That sounds pretty powerful.
It is.
Each country has built an obelisk, painted in the colors of their national flag, and has a small tourist market.
That's right.
I love that. To be standing at the point where 3 countries converge, it must be a powerful experience.
It's a unique experience for sure.
But let's say our listener wants something a bit more active.
Okay.
Any suggestions?
If you're looking for an adrenaline rush,
Yeah.
there are several adventure activities available in the region.
Like what?
You can try whitewater rafting on the Iguazu River,
Oh, wow.
go zip-lining through the rainforest canopy, or even take a horseback riding tour to explore the surrounding countryside.
Wow. Whitewater rafting on the Iguazu River. That sounds incredible. But what about something a little more laid back? Any suggestions for those who want to relax and soak in the local culture?
Well, one of the best ways to experience the local culture is to visit one of the Guarani indigenous villages in the area.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You can learn about their traditions, crafts, and way of life. And it's a truly enriching experience.
That's amazing.
You'll find that many communities offer homestays, giving you the chance to immerse yourself in their culture.
That sounds incredible. To be able to experience the culture firsthand and learn from the indigenous people of the region, it's a truly unique opportunity.
It is.
But let's get practical for a moment.
Okay.
We're helping our listener plan a 2-week trip. So let's talk logistics.
Right.
When is the best time to visit Iguazu Falls?
The good news is that Iguazu Falls is a year-round destination.
Oh.
But the best time to visit really depends on your preferences.
Okay.
If you want to avoid the crowds and enjoy pleasant temperatures,
Yeah.
I'd recommend visiting during the shoulder seasons, spring, September to November, or autumn, March to May.
Okay, good to know. What about the weather during those seasons? What should our listener pack?
During the shoulder seasons, you can expect warm days with average temperatures around 70, 80 degrees Fahrenheit and cooler nights.
Oh.
It's a good idea to pack layers, including light clothing for the daytime and a jacket or sweater for the evenings.
Okay.
And don't forget comfortable walking shoes, a raincoat, and sunscreen.
Great advice.
Hmm.
But let's say our listener is on a budget.
Okay.
Are there any tips for saving money while still having an incredible Iguazu experience?
Absolutely. One of the best ways to save money is to stay in hostels or guest houses instead of hotels.
Okay.
You can also save on food by eating at local restaurants and trying street food,
Right.
which is often delicious and affordable.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to haggle at the markets. It's part of the local culture.
Oh, good tip.
And you can often get a better price if you're willing to negotiate.
Great tips. It sounds like you can have an incredible Iguazu experience without breaking the bank.
You definitely can.
But let's say our listener is a luxury traveler who wants to splurge a bit.
Okay.
Any recommendations for high-end experiences?
Well, if you're looking for a truly luxurious experience,
Yeah.
consider staying at one of the 5-star hotels in the area,
Okay.
many of which offer stunning views of the falls and world-class amenities.
I bet.
You can also splurge on a private helicopter tour of the falls.
Oh, well, nice.
Enjoy a gourmet meal at one of the top-rated restaurants.
Yeah.
Or even treat yourself to a spa day at one of the luxurious resorts.
Wow, a private helicopter tour and a spa day. That sounds like the ultimate Iguazu indulgence. But before we wrap things up,
Okay.
let's talk about the actual logistics of getting to Iguazu Falls.
Right.
What's the best way to get there?
The most convenient way to get to Iguazu Falls is to fly into the Foz do Iguaçu International Airport, IGU,
Okay.
which is located just a short drive from the falls.
Makes sense. But let's say our listener wants to experience a bit more of the region during their trip. Are there any alternative transportation options you'd recommend?
Absolutely. You can also take a bus from several cities in Brazil, Argentina, and Paraguay.
Okay.
It's a more affordable option,
Yeah.
and it gives you a chance to see the countryside and experience local life.
Right.
And if you're feeling adventurous and have some extra time, you
You're
can
right.
even rent a car and drive yourself.
Cool.
Just be aware that the roads can be challenging in some areas.
Okay, so we've covered everything from the iconic falls to the hidden gems, from the cultural experiences to the logistical tips.
It sounds like a pretty comprehensive trip.
I think it's safe to say that Iguazu Falls is a destination that truly has something for everyone.
It really does.
But we're here to help our listener plan the perfect 2-week itinerary.
Yes.
So let's get down to business.
Okay.
How should they structure their time to make the most of their trip?
Well, I'd recommend dedicating at least 3 to 4 days to exploring the falls themselves,
Oh, okay.
splitting your time between the Brazilian and Argentine sides.
Yep.
You can easily spend a full day on each side,
Right.
taking in the different perspectives and experiencing the various trails, walkways, and boat rides.
Okay, so 3 to 4 days for the falls. What about the rest of the time?
I'd suggest spending a day or two exploring the Iguazu National Park,
Okay.
hiking the trails, and immersing yourself in the rainforest.
Yeah.
And if you're a bird lover, you can easily spend half a day at the bird park, admiring the colorful species and learning about conservation efforts.
Sounds good so far. What about that city of Foz do Iguaçu and the surrounding areas? How much time should our listener allocate for those?
I'd recommend spending a couple of days exploring Foz do Iguaçu,
Okay.
soaking up the local culture, trying the delicious food,
Yeah.
and visiting the Three Borders landmark.
Okay.
And if you have time for a day trip,
Mm-hmm.
I highly recommend visiting the Itaipu Dam.
Right.
It's a fascinating experience and a testament to human engineering.
Okay, so we've got the falls, the national park, the bird park, the city, and the dam.
We're hitting all the highlights.
What about those lesser-known gems and off-the-beaten-path experiences we talked about?
Right.
How can our listener fit those into their 2-week itinerary?
Well, if you're interested in experiencing the Guarani culture,
Yeah.
I'd recommend dedicating a day to visiting one of the indigenous villages in the area.
Okay.
You can arrange a tour or even participate in a homestay for a more immersive experience.
That sounds incredible.
Yeah.
What about those adventure activities? How much time should our listener set aside for those?
If you're interested in whitewater rafting, zip lining, or horseback riding, I'd recommend setting aside at least half a day for each activity.
Okay.
You can book tours through local operators, and they can provide all the necessary equipment and guidance.
Okay, so we've got a rough outline for a 2-week itinerary, but let's break it down even further.
All right.
Can you give our listener a sample daily itinerary to help them visualize their trip?
Absolutely. Let's start with week 1. Day 1. Arrive at Foz do Iguaçu International Airport and check into your hotel.
Okay.
Spend the afternoon exploring the city center and enjoying dinner at a local restaurant.
Sounds good.
Day 2. Visit the Brazilian side of Iguazu Falls.
Right?
Take the waterfall trail for panoramic views and visit the Devil's Throat viewpoint for a stunning sunset.
Perfect.
Day 3. Explore the Argentine side of Iguazu Falls.
Okay.
Hike the lower walkway for up-close views of the falls and take a boat ride to the base of Devil's Throat.
Wow.
Day 4. Visit the Iguazu National Park.
Okay.
Hike the trails, admire the rainforest, and keep an eye out for wildlife.
Yep.
Day 5. Spend the morning at the bird park, admiring the colorful bird species and learning about conservation efforts. In the afternoon, visit the Three Borders landmark and enjoy dinner at a restaurant with views of the rivers.
Wow.
Day 6. Take a day trip to the Itaipu Dam.
Okay.
Learn about the dam's history and construction and witness the power of the water as it flows through the spillway. Day 7. Relax and enjoy a leisurely day in Foz do Iguaçu.
Right.
Explore the local markets, try some street food, and soak up the city's vibrant atmosphere.
Wow. Week 1 is packed with adventure, culture, and natural beauty. What about week 2?
Let's continue with week 2.
Right.
Day 8. Visit a Guarani indigenous village and learn about their traditions and way of life.
Okay.
Consider participating in a homestay for a more immersive experience.
Yeah.
Day 9. Go whitewater rafting on the Iguazu River.
Right.
Enjoy the adrenaline rush as you navigate the rapids and admire the stunning scenery.
Oh, fun.
Day 10. Zip line through the rainforest canopy.
Okay.
Enjoying breathtaking views of the surrounding landscape.
Cool.
Day 11. Take a horseback riding tour through the countryside.
Right.
Exploring the scenic trails and enjoying the fresh air.
Perfect.
Day 12. Relax and enjoy a spa day at a luxurious resort.
Nice.
Pamper yourself with massages, facials, and other treatments.
I love it.
Day 13. Spend the day souvenir shopping and exploring the local markets. Enjoy a final dinner at one of Foz do Iguaçu's top-rated restaurants.
Wonderful.
Day 14. Depart from Foz do Iguaçu International Airport, taking with you unforgettable memories of your Iguazu adventure.
Wow, what an incredible 2-week itinerary. From the iconic falls to the hidden gems, from the cultural experiences to the adventure activities, it's the perfect blend of everything Iguazu Falls has to offer. But before we wrap things up, any final words of advice for our listener as they embark on their Iguazu adventure?
My final piece of advice would be to embrace the unexpected.
Okay.
Iguazu Falls is a place of wonder and surprise,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes the most memorable moments happen when you least expect them.
Right.
So be open to new experiences, connect with the local people, and allow yourself to be swept away by the magic of this incredible destination.
Beautifully said. Iguazu Falls is a symphony for the senses, a testament to the power of nature, and an experience that will stay with you long after you've left. So start planning that trip. Book those flights. Pack your bags and get ready to embark on your own unforgettable Iguazu adventure. I could already feel the mist on my face and hear the roar of the falls just thinking about it. But before we let our listener go, let's talk about some practicalities
Okay.
to help them plan their trip.
Sounds good.
First things first,
Yeah.
visas.
Visas, yeah.
Do they need any special visas to visit all 3 countries?
That's a great question. The visa requirements will depend on your nationality.
Yep.
For many countries, you can enter Brazil and Argentina as a tourist without a visa for up to 90 days.
Okay.
However, it's always best to check the specific visa requirements for your country before you travel.
Right.
For Paraguay, you might need a visa depending on your nationality, so it's essential to check the latest regulations.
Excellent point. It's always better to be safe than sorry when it comes to travel documents.
Absolutely.
What about language?
Okay.
We're talking about 3 different countries.
Yes.
So what should our listener expect in terms of communication?
Well, Portuguese is spoken in Brazil,
Right.
Spanish in Argentina,
Uh-huh.
and both Spanish and Guarani in Paraguay.
Okay.
While English is becoming more widely spoken in tourist areas, it's always a good idea to learn a few basic phrases in the local languages.
Right.
It shows respect and can make your interactions with locals much more enjoyable.
I completely agree. Even learning a few simple greetings can go a long way in making you feel more connected to the local culture.
For sure.
But let's talk about money matters.
Okay.
What's the currency situation like in these 3 countries?
In Brazil, the currency is the Brazilian real, BRL.
Okay.
In Argentina, it's the Argentine peso, ARS.
Okay.
And in Paraguay, it's the Paraguayan Guarani, PYG.
Gotcha.
It's a good idea to exchange some money into the local currencies before you arrive,
Okay.
especially if you're planning to visit smaller towns or markets.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Credit cards are widely accepted in larger establishments,
All right.
but it's always good to have some local cash on hand.
Great advice. What about tipping? Is it customary in these countries?
Tipping is customary in Brazil and Argentina.
Okay.
especially in restaurants and for services like taxis and tours.
Okay.
A tip of 10% is usually considered standard.
Got
In Paraguay, tipping is less common,
Okay.
but it's always appreciated if you receive excellent service.
Okay, good to know. What about safety?
Okay.
Any tips for staying safe while traveling in this region?
Like any travel destination, it's important to be aware of your surroundings and take precautions to protect yourself and your belongings.
Right.
Keep your valuables secure.
Yeah.
Avoid walking alone at night.
Okay.
And be mindful of scams.
Right.
It's also a good idea to familiarize yourself with local customs and laws.
Okay.
For example, in Brazil, it's illegal to walk on the beach at night in some areas.
Great reminders. It's always better to be prepared and informed when it comes to safety.
Definitely.
Now, let's say our listener is ready to book their trip.
Okay.
Any recommendations for finding the best deals on flights and accommodations?
There are many online travel agencies and booking websites where you can compare prices and find deals.
Okay.
It's a good idea to book your flights and accommodations in advance, especially if you're traveling during peak season.
Right.
You can also look for package deals that include flights, accommodations, and tours.
Excellent tips. Booking in advance is always a good idea, especially for popular destinations like Iguazu Falls.
Definitely.
But let's say our listener wants to get off the beaten path
Okay.
and experience something truly unique.
Mm-hmm.
Any recommendations for local tour operators or hidden gems that they might not find in the typical guidebooks?
There are many local tour operators who offer specialized tours, such as birdwatching tours, photography tours, and cultural tours.
Okay.
You can also find information about hidden gems by talking to locals,
Right.
visiting tourist information centers, and exploring online travel forums.
Okay.
For example, there's a beautiful butterfly farm near the falls that's often overlooked by tourists.
A butterfly
A
farm.
butterfly farm.
That sounds magical. Okay, so we've covered visas, language, currency, tipping, safety, booking tips, and even some hidden gems.
We've covered a lot.
Is there anything else our listeners should know before they embark on their Iguazu Falls adventure?
One last piece of advice.
Okay.
Be sure to pack your sense of wonder.
I love it.
Iguazu Falls is a place of incredible beauty and power,
Yeah,
and it's a destination that will leave a lasting impression on you.
absolutely.
So soak it all in,
Yeah,
embrace the unexpected, and create memories that will last a lifetime.
beautifully said. Iguazu Falls is a destination that should be on everyone's bucket list.
It should be.
It's a symphony for the senses, a testament to the power of nature, and an experience that will stay with you long after you've left.
Eerie.
So start planning that trip, book those flights, pack your bags, and get ready to embark on your own unforgettable Iguazu adventure.
And remember, this deep dive was just a glimpse into the wonders that await you.
Yes.
There's so much more to discover and explore in this magical corner of the world.
Happy travels.